This is Visionary New Earth Leaders podcast, empowering visionary healers, entrepreneurs, and ex-corporates who are ready to actualize their fullest potential through expanding their consciousness and embody leadership. I'm your host, Gennye L.R.A, Rainbow Anderzon, New Earth business mentor, channel, and master healer, leader of my own business with 20 plus years experience in energy work, mentorship, and coaching. I'm a married mother of two, based outside London in the UK. In Visionary New Earth Leaders, we are going to share about world-leading, cutting-edge tools of energy transformation, intuitive and soul-led business and marketing strategies, and innovative, groundbreaking thought leadership, paving the path into the new earth. So if you're ready to step into leadership, this is the vortex supporting leaders and CEOs into the new earth. Hello and welcome to episode 9 of Visionary New Earth Leaders. Welcome back, my friend. I am so happy that you've decided to come and join again. Today, we are talking about a very, very juicy topic. It is skyrocketing your income to multiple six figures by uncovering hidden energy blocks. Wow, this is a big one, right? So I can't wait to dive into this topic today. And perhaps you are this level of your business where you have now generated a sustainable income. You are doing your six figures, but at the moment, you are maybe feeling a little bit overstretched because you are happy that you've reached this level of success, but there is now new other layers of complications that starts happening for you. So you may feel a little bit stretched. You may feel like you are a little bit snappy with your family members, or some other things may be happening where you feel like a little stressed and a bit burnt out at times. Maybe boundaries are starting to slack a little bit because you're starting to overthink what the next step is going to be and how we can now scale to higher income. And this is completely normal. Like this whole cycle of a new level, a new devil is completely normal. And you also know that what got you where you are now here is not going to get you there. So there's like always a new level of exploration, a new level of clearing something, a new level of understanding and embodying something to get you to the next stage. So today we're going to talk about the 5 biggest obstacles that are actually playing out and that are actually in the way for you to go to that next level, to really reach that next level of income, impact, and ease. Because what we are looking for here, we are all ambitious entrepreneurs. So we love pioneering things. We're creative. We are dynamic. We have lots of ideas. All this is really normal. We want to expand in every way. And income is one of the things that we want to expand. And when we do this and we kind of push the edge a bit, these 5 things will start bubbling up and they're just feeling like they're in the way. So let's talk about this. The first one is, and you know this one, but I'm going to say it anyway. So the first one is like energetic blocks. So basically our limiting beliefs, there may be mindset blocks, there could be genetic or ancestral coding that is holding you back. So like your bloodline. And those that I call them energetic blocks because they either reside in this lifetime or they are in the bloodline or they're residing in the past lives. So wherever this block is residing, we can certainly find it and remove it, which is the idea, right? So let's dive in. I'll give you some examples. So for example, we're talking about unlocking income in this episode. So we're going to focus on money. We're going to focus on income, on ease, on wealth. So for example, in this lifetime, every single person that I have worked with who is wanting to unlock more of their income by removing the blocks have always some childhood trauma or imprint from childhood around money. And this is a part of unpicking the story, to really go back and find those moments which defined your belief system to be in a specific way, which may be hindering right now. So, for example, I'll give you an example of my own. So this is something I probably wouldn't it's like a subconscious belief or a subconscious layer that I only accessed by doing this work myself. So, for example, my parents, they moved, let me see, before I was 6, I think I had moved something like 12 times, like a ridiculous amount of time. And my mum and dad, so my dad, my poor dad, he's now deceased, but bless him in heaven. He was not that good with money. Like, he could earn a lot of money, but it was just gone in the next minute. So there would have been, I mean, my mum has told me about all the things, but there would have been a moment, or many moments, where she was stressed about money because she would give him a part of her wage to pay for the bills. And then the bailiffs was coming on the door. And she was like, oh my God, I have paid, but they're here. Why? There's an enormous amount of stress and very triggering, especially to have a small child, right? So this type of stress, and bless her, she was just trying to get on. This type of trauma, if you like, or this type of stress will then go through her nervous system. And without a doubt, if she was having this anxiety around money because of my dad, then that will for sure go in somewhere in my subconscious, and a part of my being. It will land somewhere, and that will be in the subconscious mind usually, without even knowing. This is without words. There is a stress attached to this particular thing in their lives, and then that will go into my system. So this is how beliefs and discomfort, or like mini T's as we call them, start happening. And then as I was growing up, he would be like really lavish, and he would have money, and then the next minute he will be like bankrupt. And my mum always, so they separated when I was 1. So I didn't have them arguing about money, but they had been arguing about it before they split up, which was in my first 12 months of life. But the point here is that this thing continued. So he was doing this style of, you know, how he, and bless him, he would probably say, thanks for sharing this, Gennye. No, I'm just really showcasing it. I love him, and, you know, I'm not upset with it at all. I'm just saying how it was. So this type of behavior would then create, a part of me was like, well, I'm never going to be like that. And then my mum had the scarcity and fear around not having enough money because she had been, you know, left with him and not him paying his part, and then the bailiffs was at the door. So that was that going on. And she would then really be so vigilant around this for all my upbringing. So that's kind of a little bit of the story, right? But what I'm saying here is that type of family like imprint, or the family story around money, and it will go back many, many, many generations, and other stories, which I'm not going to go into those today, but I've cleared those as well. I'm just kind of giving an example of my, you know, childhood here. And so I've worked on all this. I've cleared this. So I've made sure that my childhood money traumas are released, basically. So the next thing is, so that's kind of this life. The next thing that could happen as well is that you have imbalanced masculine and feminine operation energies, if you like, within yourself. And I was in over masculine all the time, because what happens is that, for example, then my mother, she she would have had to, she paid for everything, you know. She was a sole earner, single parent with a child in the 70s. There's a lot of financial stress, right? So that type of masculine, I wouldn't say my mum is masculine at all, but it's that sort of masculine provider energy would then have been transferred over to me as well. So, and then my dad being kind of, you know, up and down with money. So it felt like I couldn't trust his way, really. So I installed this masculine, I'll do it all myself. I can, you know, the only person I can trust is me. The only way that it's going to get done is by myself. So this is like distorted masculine energies, which is what I carried as well. So I had to clear those and heal so that I can trust and feel supported by the masculine. So I feel very supported by the masculine, i.e. my husband, my business is masculine. I call it my masculine friend. The universe is masculine because I'm like, yeah, universe is supporting me. So I've had to heal that. And this is also what we work with, you know, with my clients. We make sure these things are cleared up. The next thing, so these are just examples, right? The next thing is past lives and ancestral burdens. So not long ago, only actually last week, I had a session with one of my energy mentors, one of my expert healers that I know. And it was so interesting because we were doing this clearing because I just told her what I was feeling really. And I felt there was a block somewhere and it felt like it was hindering my action taking. And I'm pretty good at it normally. So I said, what is this going on? Anyway, she explained to me, she was doing, and again, of course, these are blind spots, right? I can't see these blind spots. I can't see them myself. Again, this is why we need this support, right, in our lives. So she cleared up. There was an ancestral line. There was about 20 ancestors with a particular energy, this energy was very much about hard work, having to do it the hard way, like really work so hard. It's very masculine again, to get anywhere. And that whole thing was just pulled out. She just pulled out that. And again, that resonates in a way because I think all our ancestors had to work hard unless you came from a really wealthy bloodline. It's a part of the human history, right? So nothing wrong with having this. I think we all have them. But anyway, so that she cleared that. So these blocks, if you like, are so important to clear up because A, they will be stopping your financial success. B, they're going to make you feel like you have to work so hard to get anywhere. And that sort of creates exhaustion and anxiety. And also, why do it the hard way? Why do it the hard way when you can do it the easy way? So that's the biggest one that I want to share today. We've got 4 more. The next thing is the fear of visibility. So I know that you already have, you know, you're happy with your visibility because you would have done lives, reels, you would have created a lot of visibility to get to where you are right now. But now, what will happen now is, let's say you started as a coach. Now you're going into maybe more of sort of a mentor. And this is an identity shift thing. Okay. So when you started out, you were a coach or you were a healer because you were starting from scratch. And then you move into this more embodied piece, like embodied part of yourself where you step into more of your power, really. And that identity shift can feel a little bit scary. So then there's like next level of visibility fear. And that could be things like you're switching your niche. You have to now talk to a different type of audience, which makes you feel, again, this inferiority maybe, or make you feel a little bit like, oh, you know, can I really do it? And it's an embodiment piece again. So I would say that is so important to shift this identity so that you can step into the leader, you know, the mentor and the leader. this really embodied, experienced, and truly sort of advanced mentor, if you like, or coach that you want to be. And that comes again with an energetic sort of change within you. And that could be quite hard to do on your own. So that's another thing that I work with my clients on. So this identity shift, to really step into this real visionary leader that you really are, and just be that person from an energetic perspective. The next thing is, and this has happened to me, it could be like a lack of alignment with your soul purpose. Now you would say, but I am doing my soul purpose. I'm doing my business and I love what I'm doing and I'm happy. That is true to a certain level. Because when you step up into your mission and you evolve more, it just means that your purpose will perhaps magnify, or it might just take a little side direction and expand further, or just grow into like a higher level of deliverables and things like that. So that can then feel like you're out of alignment. Then it can feel like you're not on purpose anymore. Because let me take you an example. So when I started out doing healing, mentoring, coaching, all the tools that I use now, I was working with the public. So I would work with other mums, or I would work with people locally. So these are just people who want a little bit of therapy and healing and, support, which is great. So when my soul, if you like, was growing and my income was growing and I wanted to really expand my business and advance, if I then worked with the public and then I had, let's say I got my first entrepreneur client. I can't remember exactly when now, but I remember I got my first entrepreneur client. So this high level, client that I so wanted. Then when I was working with the public still and still had clients from the public and was trying to shift over to this was more interesting for me. It felt out of alignment because I was like, I don't really want to work with the public anymore. I want to work with these other entrepreneurs. And of course, I would serve the clients that I had anyway. And it wasn't like I didn't enjoy it, but it just felt like I was kind of split in two, or it didn't feel aligned. And this piece, when it feels out of alignment with the deepest, the soul purpose, again, then it makes you feel a little bit drained, a bit demotivated, not as much on purpose or as aligned as you want to be. This can be easily shifted. And I remember at the time I had a really good mentor who shifted it quite quickly so I could come out of this sort of feeling this split within me. And that piece, the lack of alignment, can really hold back your income potential. And it was for me at the time, because the change probably didn't happen as fast as I wanted it to happen. I can't remember exactly the dates and how and what now, but I do remember thinking when I did switch quite swiftly, I was like, oh my God, I should have done it earlier. And then that really skyrocketed my income as soon as I started doing that. So that was the third one. The fourth one, and this is really, really important, it's the burnout or neglecting the self-care. So I can take myself as an example. So when I first started out online, so this was 2018, after my father had died in 2017, it was just a really tough time. And although I knew everything about energy and I knew everything about how to look after myself, I kind of got lost in this learning cycle. And I was nearly burning out because I was working too much. up late learning landing pages, email sequences, listening to courses, making notes, like crazy. I was absolutely obsessed with the whole thing. This was probably only going on for about 6 months. And then I said, oh God, this is ridiculous. This is not giving me more results. It just makes me feel knackered. And in the beginning, when you're doing learning, your income won't be going up as high as it will after a while when you've embodied all the new things and you know what you're doing and you've got great offers and people want to buy them and everything. So in the beginning, it's a bit like, whoa, I need to learn so many things and I won't really need the fruit. I won't really see the fruit of my labor until after a while. Anyway, so I was kind of trapped there. So my self-care went a bit. I always was so good at doing meditations and energy clearings, and it didn't feel like I made the time as much. My eating was okay still. The exercise went out of the window a little bit. So I did fix all this. Like I went back to look after myself properly, and I didn't have that much of a bleep, but the bleep was big enough for me to go, whoa, this is not good. So I have also noticed this burnout and the neglect of self-care in six-figure entrepreneurs where it's like they've plateaued the income and they do realize how important self-care is and diet and exercise, but it's like it's sneakingly starting to sort of break apart a little bit. And they are, not doing the routines and the things that they want to do and stop doing proper exercise and, didn't take all their vitamins and things like that. So like it's slowly starting to sort of disintegrate again. And that is a massive blocker for your income as well. So although I am not a health coach or a nutritionist, I do have a qualification actually in nutrition, and I am a massage therapist in my background. So I'm very, very hot on this. So when I work with my clients, I'm like, whoa, we got to look at your balance, your diet here. Are you eating well? Are you exercising regularly? Are you taking breaks? Are you having a nap in the day to just expand your energy? Like all the things. So I'm really hot on this because I know how it changes the game. This changes the game 100%. And many of you will listen and say, well, I'm very good at this. It's brilliant. But nevertheless, it's important, very important. The next thing or the last thing I want to talk about today is this ineffective boundaries and not clearing your energy. So what happens as you advance, there will be a feeling of that your energy is stretched because you may have some more clients. You may have expanded your team, so you have 1 or 2 team members. It's like there's a lot going on in your head as well as in your life. So you may have a family, children, or other people that need your attention. And you're starting to not being able to sort of like give it its full attention. And it's not necessarily because you are working longer hours. It's more like the presence, being fully present with them without, not snapping at them. Take those breaks, do the breath work, do the things, whatever you are doing to help yourself. Energy clearings. So for example, my bioenergy clearing which is in the Ascension Clearing Kit. So the Ascension Clearing Kit, all my clients get the Ascension Clearing Kit when they work with me one-on-one or in the membership, and also in the group programs. But the bioenergy clearing in the Energy Clearing Kit is like amazing. So many of my sort of high earners and high achievers, they want 1 clearing per week just to keep them really on a good sort of, stead. And they will do the bioenergy clearing and they are like new. So that piece, if the energy clearings are not happening on a regular basis, more and more will be sticking in your fields, more and more impressions, more and more like interactions that you've been doing with people, it just gets sticky. So like we've got to clear the energy and have really strong energetic boundaries to keep our game up, really. I mean, that's the kind of, that's the idea, right? So it's so important to keep these 5 things, really make sure that we master them, really, and commit to this, because that's actually how we are going to create more wealth, more income, more impact, do it with more ease, right? Because we want to feel good while we're doing these expansions. We want to feel at ease. We don't want to feel stretched, stressed, or stressed. We don't want to snap, at our children, our partners. We don't want to rush in the food that we're making, the lunch, and not putting love and care into it, and just kind of grab something out of the fridge because we're working. We really want to really take care of ourselves and our health and mind, spirit and soul as we're growing our businesses. So I hope that you found this really helpful. Obviously, I am the master of clearing the blocks. You probably know this by now. And we do that in Light Up Your Inner CEO, which is the Light Body Activation Program. I also work one-on-one with people, obviously. And there's some self-study programs or, foundational courses that is also available for clearing your blocks. You have the Ascension Clearing Kit and Bitchery, which is a shadow course that I launched. And they're all helpful and so powerful, to clear the blocks and keep you on track. But before we go, I really want to share this. So at any time, you can always inquire. You can always ask me questions about these different courses and programs. So just send me a message or email me. But what I really wanted to talk about today is the masterclass that is coming up on the 16th of August. And I would love for you to join this. It's a free masterclass and it's called Skyrocket Your Income to Multiple 6 Figures by Uncovering Hidden Energy Blocks. You are going to absolutely love this masterclass. It's going to blow your socks away. You're going to be really taken back by the things I'm going to be sharing in there. It's going to blow your mind. You are going to feel transformed when you have been a part of this masterclass, and you're going to feel excited about going to your multiple 6 figures. You're going to be like, wow, I can't wait to go to my multiple 6 figures, because Gennye have now explained how that can be done in this way. So I am so excited. So you have the link. Please do join us. Share it with a friend. It's a free masterclass. Forward the link. Honestly, bring your mate to this amazing thing, because I can't wait to share so many valuable insights and transformational thoughts and everything that I've experienced so far that I want to teach you, and all the other things, everything, all the things. It's going to blow your mind. So until then, have a wonderful week wherever you are. I see you soon in the masterclass and soon in the next episode. I wish you a wonderful, wonderful day, and it's from my heart to yours. I'm sending you so much love on your journey, and I'll see you soon in our next episode. Thank you for listening to Gennye L.R.A.'s Visionary New Earth Leaders podcast. If you're ready to rewire your subconscious mind, clear your programming and collective conditioning, transform your trauma into trust, and step into your soul's calling and true leadership, or if you're ready to unlock your fullest potential through activating your light body and expand your consciousness exponentially, detangle and clear your past life karma and Akashic records, and setting up for success, launch your online spiritual business, and so much more, then go to GennyLion.love. And if you're receiving value from the show, I would love if you would share it with a friend and give it a 5-star review. Also, you can join me in one of my live free trainings, and you can find it right on the website, as well as in the link in my bio across all social media. I am Gennye L.R.A across all platforms. I wish you a blessed day, and may you live your most authentic self.